going on, guys? BASSFZz here, and now we've made a couple of fun comedy videos about giant monsters and whatnot, and now it's a little time to get back to doing a couple more serious videos. And I just want to say, I've recently had like an explosion of subscribers. I have like 25 plus subscribers, to this day, and that might not sound like a lot, but I do appreciate the fact that you guys enjoy watching my videos. So even if it's 13 people, shit, it can be 117. I don't care. The fact that you guys subscribed and care about my opinion means a great deal to me. You guys are awesome. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about the friend zone. We're going to talk about a couple of things I've thought about the friend zone. We're going to talk about the way feminists view the friend zone. Okay, so today's video is going to be pretty interesting, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So, let's talk about that shit. So, a couple of months ago, I had a friend. He was friend zoned, right? And it was really his experience with this one girl that got me thinking more about the friend zone and got me coming to the conclusions that I came up with. Because I've been friend zoned myself. I've been friend zoned plenty of times, actually. I'm probably friend zoned right now. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what it's like to be in the friend zone, but anyway, I was thinking about his experience personally with the friend zone. And this is what happened, a very brief story of what happened to this guy, right? So he liked this one girl. He's been liked her for a little while, right? And he's been hanging out with her a lot, he was hanging out with her a lot. I have to talk in past tense. Hanging out with her a lot, he's cooking her food, they're going to lunch, they're going to dinner and whatnot, He's spending so much time with her. He's going out his way to make her food in his room, and making her feel comfortable, becoming friends with her friends, being nice to her, complimenting her. He's putting in a great deal of effort into this girl, but she doesn't like him. Now, this is me, okay? Now, I can see this shit going on, right? This is me on the outside looking in, and I can see that he likes her a lot. Like, no one had to tell me he liked her. He didn't have to tell me he liked her. I mean, it was clear as a bright sunshiny day that he fucking liked this girl a lot, right? But she didn't like him. She did not like him. She was not attracted to him, for whatever reason. I actually do know the reasons. I'm gonna talk about them in a minute here. But she didn't like him, and that cut him up inside. That hurt him. That he was hurt. I hurt. I'm sorry. I started laughing because I heard that he cried. He cried about this. Now maybe I shouldn't laugh because I've cried about girls too. And I laugh at myself too. So I laugh at myself. I cried over girls too. Some guys, we cry over women sometimes. But I just thought it was hilarious. And the reason why I thought it was hilarious is because the way she felt about him wasn't shocking. Like, it's not like it was clear that, I don't know. We'll talk about why I'm a little confused in just a second here. But long story short, he was upset that she didn't like him. Now, I completely understand that no woman has any obligation to do anything she doesn't want to do. However, here's a problem I have when it comes to women in the friend zone. One, they act like they themselves can't be friend zoned. And two, they act like the friend zone, when a guy is genuinely friend zoned, doesn't fucking hurt his feelings. And we're about to talk about that. Now, because of that story, I began to think about it. So I talked to the girl herself because we were alright friends. And I talked to her about it, Now, once again, I'm looking from the outside in. So as clear as day as I can see that he likes her, I can see that she does not like him. But then there was something really funny though, because even though to me it was blatantly obvious that she didn't like him in any sort of romantic way, she kept accepting and flirting and leading this guy on. You know what I'm saying? Like she would. We'll get into more detail on that in just a second. But long story short, I could tell that she was not romantically interested in him, but she did like being his friend. So this is how I began to think a little more about the friend zone and what it really means. And I came to the conclusion that there are two types of friend zones, okay? you have, and there's no real reason why. I call it type A and type B friend zoning, and one comes before the other for no particular reason, just because. So type A friend zoning is when you are a genuinely great guy. You are a genuinely good person. If you date this girl, it'd probably be awesome. You know, you guys probably be in a really good relationship. Now, mind you, women can be friend zoned too, but I'm just talking about guys because most guys approach women. But anyway, so you're a genuinely great person, right? You're really good, and if you dated this person, it'd be a great relationship. But the person says, I don't want to date you strictly because you're my friend. This is what I consider as true friend zoning. You are a great person, but I don't want to date you because you're my friend, or they'll tell you, I don't want to ruin the relationship. That's what they'll say to you. Then you have type B friend zoning. And type B friend zoning, I think, is a hell of a lot more common than most men and women would probably want to accept in themselves. But type B friend zoning is when you try to date someone and you try to date them and something about you turns the person you're chasing after off. Something about you makes the person not feel like they can date you. So whatever you did to them, and it can be anything, so whatever you did or didn't do, lack thereof, makes them say, well, I can't date you, but we can be friends, right? So now, a lot of people will probably be like, well, I'm most definitely in friend zone. Hey, I am a great, swell person. And to that I reply, nah, nigga, nah. Nah, nigga, nah. No, a lot of people probably are not in type A friend zoning. A lot of people probably aren't truly friend zoned. A lot of people are probably more in friend zone B. However, I guess you can interchange, or you can get some qualities from type A and some qualities from type B. But I feel like a lot more people strictly fit into the type B friend zoning. And these two types of friend zoning can be delved into in their own fucking video. However, I'm not going to address them in this video in particular, because I'm also talking about how feminists view the friend zone, probably in the second half of this video. So, those are the two types of friend zoning I'm going to talk about today. So, going back to the example or the story I'm telling, so I actually talked to the girl herself. You know, I was talking to her about everything that was going on. You know, the first thing I was chatting with her about was, what exactly turned her on. So she was telling me, he was very emotional, the guy in question. He was very emotional. She didn't like that, what she wanted was a guy, that could talk to her and could be her friend, but could also protect her, too. She also wanted a guy to keep her safe, you know what I'm saying? She wanted everything, So, she said the guy was a little too emotional. She said she didn't like the way the guy treated his mom. She said she didn't like the way there were a lot of stuff she talked about in particular, and that I can't get into a lot in this video. But there are a lot of things that turned her off, and I was listening, and I can understand exactly why they bothered her. I'm like, okay, true. So I'm gonna stop the story right here and say this to a lot of women and men. Again, you guys have no obligation to date anyone you don't want to fucking date. I'm not saying just because someone likes you, you have to date them. But a part of me, what I am saying is kind of have a little bit of empathy for this person. You know what I'm saying? Because being friend zoned does fucking suck. It does suck to really like someone and to really invest time into an individual and to have them say, you are awesome, but I don't want to date you. You know what I'm saying? It sucks to be rejected. Rejection sucks. And a lot of people always want to talk about, oh, just move on. Just get over it. Okay. It tells to me that you people probably haven't really liked an individual a lot. Or even if you have, you're just in better control. Because not everyone can just get over being rejected. It hurts. It fucking sucks. Alright, imagine if you're in a relationship, imagine if the person you're dating right now, imagine you like them as much as you do now, and they're like, you know what, you're great, but I don't want to be with you. Or they're like, I can't date you, sorry. And imagine how much that shit would suck, because it fucking hurts. So being in the friend zone, it hurts. So again, you have no obligation to do anything you don't want to do, but to write these people off as to say that these are just entitled men, or to write these people off as if they don't genuinely feel something for these men or for these women, is complete and utter bullshit. And I just watched the video about the hashtag #YesAllWomen, and I'm gonna definitely make a video about that bullshit. But I just watched the video where this one woman just writes off guys in the friend zone. Just writes them off as saying, men feel entitled to our bodies. No, you dipshit. Men actually fucking like you for who you are, and you rejected them, and it hurts. That's how it is. The friend zone, it fucking sucks. Right? I feel like I really need to say that. It does hurt. Now, granted, men and people in general do need to learn how to take rejection, and get over it. Now, when I say get over it, I mean take the appropriate steps. Like, take a step back, heal, take some time, understand what went wrong, what went right, learn from it, and then move on. Don't just say, oh, whatever, fuck it, let's go. Most people don't fucking operate like that. If you get a fucking slash on your goddamn arm, you're not just gonna be like, oh, well, that's just blood. That's just blood. I'm just gonna get over it. As you're fucking bleeding to death. No, you're gonna fucking stop. You're gonna get some bandages. You're gonna wrap your arm up. You might wipe that shit down with some antibiotics. Wrap that shit up and then move on. You're gonna take time to stop and heal. And that's what we have to do with our emotions. We have to do shit like that too. So I don't like how feminists write men off in the friend zone. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about that probably at a later time and date. But let's get back to the story right now. So now, getting back to the story. So I was talking to the girl, and then I said this to her, and I looked at her, and I was like, I asked her, I said straight up, I was like, how did you not? I said, I have a very hard time believing that you didn't know this guy liked you as much as he did. And she replies to me, and she says, oh, I just thought he had a crush on me. And I'm like, that's a crock of bullshit. Okay? That is bullshit. She's like, oh, I just thought he had a crush on me, and he's gonna get over it over time. And I'm like, okay, maybe you did genuinely think that, but your logic is flawed. And it's flawed like this, okay? This girl was spending a great deal of time with him. She even went to his house for spring break and went on amusement parks with him and hung out with him and spent time with his family. She spent a lot of time with him, right? And he invested a lot of time in her. So apparently this is what she was saying. She's saying, oh, he has a crush on me. So in order to get rid of that crush, I'm going to spend more time with him. I'm going to watch movies with him until the dead of night. I'm going to hang out with him. I'm going to eat lunch with him. I'm going to go to his house, and I'm going to go to amusement parks with him. And I'm going to meet his mom, and I'm going to meet his family. And somehow, his crush is just going to fly away. What? What? Seriously? Now, look, I'm not saying that she maliciously led this guy on. But she definitely led this motherfucker on. Like, even her roommate was like, man, look. She's like, man, look, you let that boy on. She's like, her roommate was like, straight up, like, you led this guy on. And I don't think she maliciously did it. I don't even think she intentionally did it. But she definitely did it. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, and then, and I was talking to her about it, and I was like, look, I know you enjoyed the attention. I know you got a lot of free shit. You got a whole bunch of free food for not fucking doing anything. I'm pretty sure you didn't like that. However, a part of you have to understand, you were leading this guy on. He was thinking he was getting somewhere, because if he didn't, he wouldn't keep trying. So there are men who do like to try harder, okay? They exist, but they only try harder because women want them to try fucking harder. And I'm gonna make a video about playing hard to get later. However, we're talking about the friend zone. So we men usually, a lot of guys, we're like, okay, she doesn't like me. I don't have time for this. We move on. But if she keeps giving you something, if she keeps talking to you, if she keeps spending time with you, keeps wanting to hang out with you, she keeps coming to your room or coming to your house, into your apartment, you start thinking, okay, she's interested, she's invested in me. And there are a lot of women who take advantage of that, alright? There are demon women in this world who are just like, oh, I'm just gonna let this guy buy shit for me, and I'm just gonna, I got evicted, I'm just gonna go move in with my friend, he's just gonna take care of me. There are women who are like this, who will take advantage and abuse the kindness that men offer. And there are some men who do that too, with people in general. But it happens a lot more with women when it comes to the friend zone, because they know that they got this guy hook, line, and sinker. And a lot of feminists don't ever want to talk about those women. They don't ever want to talk about the manipulative bitch that is controlling everything, that knows this nigga wants to date her, that knows this nigga really honestly cares about her. I'm not talking about some guy that just wants to have sex. Because even then, listen, if a man really just wanted to have sex with a woman, he wouldn't invest his life into that one particular woman. He would be talking to other girls while he's trying to fuck her too. You know, she's just a notch on his belt, and it wouldn't matter much of anything if she didn't want to be with him because he's having sex with other girls. So this whole men are entitled to women's bodies argument is ridiculous, because that's not even true. When it comes to the friend zone and women, I have realized that the friend zone is perhaps one of the greatest things a woman can do to a man, strictly manipulatively speaking, because when a woman friend zone a guy who genuinely likes her and is willing to do things for her, not to really obtain anything, but just because he really cares about her, she gets all the perks of having a boyfriend with zero responsibility of keeping up with him. So she doesn't have to invest anything into the friendship except calling him and talking to him every now and again. But she gets all the perks of having a boyfriend with none of the fallout. Because in a relationship, if you cheat or if you do something bad, the person might break up with you, and then you lose all that free shit that you're getting, or you lose all that attention that you're craving. You know, the friend zone for some women is a pretty fucking awesome thing. You know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of women, if they lost that guy friend that they're having, it probably cut them up inside. Maybe financially and maybe emotionally. Because there are some women who like having guy friends, and they friend zone you not because not maliciously, but because genuinely they like being your friend and they want you to be your friend. So, not all women are bad. Of course not all. I love women. Women are fucking awesome. But there are some bitches in this world, and we gotta talk about them. So, so there's a lot of things I kind of scratched the surface of in this video in particular, and a lot of other things I can go into greater detail in videos in the future. So this is just the surface of the friend zone. So, guys, if you like this video, please click that like button. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. Share your stories of when you were friend zoned by some guy or some girl. You know, and as always, guys, have an awesome day.